On December 20th, 1996, a federal jury in Greensboro, North Carolina, found ABC and 4 producers of its primetime live show guilty of fraud and other illegal actions for the way they went about producing a negative story about the Food Lion supermarket chain. When 2 ABC producers lied about their backgrounds to get jobs at Food Lion and spent their time at work videotaping with hidden cameras, they not only broke the law, but breached the ethical boundaries of journalism as well. Unaired ABC hidden camera footage obtained by the supermarket chain before the trial revealed that although the show's producers spent more than 43 hours videotaping events at Food Lion in their quest for negative material, ABC had to orchestrate events and selectively edit situations in order to create a story that would fit its preconceived point of view. In all, about 10 minutes of hidden camera footage was actually broadcast. But as the unaired footage clearly shows, not only were most of ABC's allegations not supported by evidence, but in some instances they were directly and repeatedly refuted. This program will provide its viewers with a sampling of what Food Lion found when it got all of the tapes and illustrate how ABC attempted to create news as opposed to report it on its primetime live Food Lion broadcast.
November 5th, 1992.
A primetime undercover investigation into charges customers at the nation's fastest-growing grocery chain don't always know what they've been sold.
But more to the point, those who saw this broadcast had no way of knowing how this so-called investigation was conducted or reported.
Several primetime producers posed as applicants for work at over 20 different stores. Food Lion hired 2 of us, and we worked at 3 different stores and 2 meat departments and a deli. None of the employees in those stores knew who we really were, or that we had hidden cameras.
Or that ABC's so-called investigators falsified their resumes and arranged for their references to lie when Food Lion called. Along with 2 other ABC crewmen, they would dress for work each morning like spies.
Give me all the movement you're going to get, too.
Well.
It's ready to go.
And then off to work. A tiny camera in the hair, a microphone tucked in a bra. One of the producers, as part of her undercover attempt, even showed up several times when she wasn't scheduled.
Can I help you?
I was just looking for my friend. Thanks.
But usually it was smooth sailing. Engaging in such undercover activities as looking through the files in a company computer for another employee's time records. None of this actually aired on ABC, nor did the concerted efforts of the ABC team to orchestrate events to make it appear that Food Lion sold bad food. For example, in one ABC to ABC transaction, 2 of the ABC people, posing as customers, buy some kielbasa sausage from one of their confederates behind the counter.
All right, that one's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Will you buy this, and we'll take care of you when we see you out there?
Yeah.
Another pal checks out the kielbasa, which is left in their van in the hot sun for hours before they get back to the hotel.
Hey there, Stevie.
Next day, ABC is back for more.
You can also get some kielbasa if you want.
Okay, why don't I get some?
Yeah.
Can I get that big hunk of sausage? What do you call that?
The next day, for some strange reason, the ABC producer, posing as a customer, just can't seem to remember the word kielbasa.
Oh, kielbasa.
But she buys it again.
Nope, I think that'll do it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's go do this. Oh, get these guys.
What was that?
Oh, get these guys.
Then it's time to complete the caper by returning some sausage. The manager tries to explain why it might have turned bad.
I don't know unless it got too hot.
Listen closely and you'll hear that her explanation doesn't surprise the ABC crew.
I hate it when it gets too hot.
The producer did get her money back for the sausage she returned, and ABC's attorneys have admitted it was the kielbasa purchased 3 days earlier that was left in the hot van. Even she had qualms about the Food Lion project. In a note a few weeks earlier, she said she was worried that a big deal might be made out of nothing. To quote directly from her note, "They said they were worried we would find small violations here and there and make it into a big problem that it is not. I agreed." Ira Rosen is Primetime Live's senior producer. Ira said, "Don't worry about it. Just shoot everything, collect all stuff, and bring to New York. Editorialize later." I'm worried.
6 months ago, we started talking to current and former employees. 70 agreed to go on the record.
But only 8 were willing to sign affidavits. Only a half dozen showed up on the program. The fact that they were all involved in union-supported legal disputes with Food Lion, 5 in the same lawsuit, was barely mentioned.
I want to make this clear. You all worked at different stores.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about one store.
I don't even know these gentlemen.
Only much later in the program is there even a mention of their union connection.
Some of our sources had made complaints through the union and had joined with the union in seeking a government investigation of off-the-clock work. But we remind you, Primetime went undercover, so we would have independent verification of what our 70 sources told us.
It must not have been easy. Verifying these false allegations proved impossible. For all the snooping around the ABC people did at Food Lion stores, they never came up with visual or any other evidence to back up such unbelievable charges as bleaching meat with Clorox, charges which were totally unsubstantiated. On the contrary,
You threw all the hot bar away? You threw all of it away. No, you
Just
don't.
count this. 2d6. No more wood.
Throw that away, 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 throw that away.
You're kidding.
Yeah, throw it away.
So you end up having to throw a lot of it out?
Yeah.
Did you just toss them away? Okay. They throw a lot of stuff away, don't they?
If it's bad, you gotta throw it away.
sometimes it was the ABC producer herself who seemed to be trying to save old food from its deserved fate.
Does this chicken go back in the cooler?
I don't know how long it's been
Oh. So you want to leave it out?
No, I'm down and throw it out.
Okay, you throw it away? Okay. Okay.
And the producer was audibly frustrated.
Damn.
Frustration seemed to be very much a part of the undercover job, particularly since actual situations did not support the preconceived storyline. Like the time the producer tried to get a shot of a dirty meat slicer.
6 p.m. first time I cleaned.
Only to find it being cleaned. Other times she just exerted the power of suggestion, as with this batch of rice pudding, though it took 2 tries.
Some lady brought this back this morning. Some said it was sour. Can you smell it? Can't really tell. She brought some back this morning. It kind of smells a little bit like sour cream. Yeah.
By the time this bit of video got on the air, ABC's editors had gotten rid of any hint of hesitancy.
This rice pudding was returned by a customer because it had spoiled.
Kind of smells a little bit like sour cream. Yeah.
And ABC didn't mention that the product had been removed from the display case much earlier and was sitting unrefrigerated in the back where food is disposed of when this was recorded. Here's another case where the Primetime Live broadcast misled its viewers. Here's what aired.
I came in to cook the other day, not this week, last week. I smelled the water, smelled the chicken, and I went over there to get fresh packs of chicken that was in the cooler, and they were all March 31st, and it was April 8th when I was standing there cooking.
March 31st was the expiration date, and it was on April 8th.
April 8th was the day I was standing there cooking, and the night before, they had put March 31st meat in that water. So they put rotten meat in the water.
But viewers were not told that the chicken never was offered for sale or that the worker went to her boss, who told her to get rid of it, and she did.
Told me to dump it. Go back and get fresh chicken. Then he stood there and said, you use your judgment anytime you have to. And so that's what it's all about. You've got to use your own judgment, make your own decisions.
This hidden video was shot on a Sunday when there were few customers in the store and the workers were lightheartedly working while washing up an area behind the deli counter. Looking closely, one can see that the only thing being spilled on the floor was soapy water. But here's how it came out on the Primetime Live broadcast.
The floors were slippery with grease. The baking...
Repeating the claims of its union-inspired sources, Primetime Live stated that Food Lion employees weren't given enough time to do their jobs and therefore had to cut corners or work without pay on their own time in order to get the job done.
For workers, Food Lion is a kind of pressure cooker. The employees all said the company pays good salaries and has excellent benefits, including profit sharing. But there's a flip side, a time management policy called effective scheduling, which critics charge forces a lot of workers to finish the work on their own time. It's called working off the clock, and it's illegal.
Here's the example ABC aired.
You sure are fast at that.
Not fast enough, we'll keep running out of time every day.
But once again, there was more to that conversation. ABC just didn't broadcast it.
They give you enough time?
Oh yeah, we get enough time.
And when the producers weren't able to find a single instance of employees working off the clock, they tried to orchestrate a scenario to make their point.
Would you mind if I would come in early just to watch? You know, I wouldn't clock in, I would just watch, I wouldn't work? I'm not even allowed to watch? All right. Because I was thinking that if I just had some time to watch, it might help.
See what they do, the first thing they do is they say you're working off the clock.
Right, right.
For all the negatives the ABC people tried to come up with, they apparently, though privately, found plenty to like about Food Lion and its products. The unaired hidden video proves that.
I love the way it smells back here. These are beautiful.
That looks pretty good, actually.
Sure. Thank you.
Watch you do the chickens. Watch you do the chickens. They look good.
Yeah, is that the same kielbasa sausage you have over there? Oh, that looks great. Oh, little sea bass. They got a lot of great food here, you know that?
In ABC's version of the Food Lion story, Diane Sawyer contends the company's behavior was motivated by profit. Now that the facts are known, it is ABC's behavior that has been called into question, not Food Lion's. Food Lion has said all along that the network's allegations are false. The North Carolina-based company has said from the beginning that it was the victim of an effort to create news, not report it. The evidence from ABC's own hidden camera video supports Food Lion's contention. Nevertheless, ABC's broadcast, including its fraudulent origin and its use of staging, selective editing, and misrepresentation, was not without consequences. As a result of the Primetime Live segment, Food Lion and its employees were seriously damaged, with Food Lion being forced to close 88 stores and eliminate thousands of jobs. However, with the passage of time, as more and more consumers saw for themselves that the allegations in ABC's report did not accurately portray what they found in Food Lion stores, the company recovered and resumed its growth. This is not the first time a jury has found fault with ABC or Primetime Live. In one other case, a jury instructed ABC to take a second look at Primetime Live's reporting methods. Notwithstanding that earlier warning and the Greensboro jury's decision, ABC says it stands by its Food Lion story and its use of hidden cameras to get it. And Primetime Live's methods have been criticized by print and broadcast journalists alike. Andrew Hayward, president of CBS News, has been quoted as saying, "The Food Lion decision should make people think twice about misrepresenting themselves to get a story." A.M. Rosenthal, former executive editor of the New York Times, said the Greensboro jury deserves the respect of all journalists who insist on working free and without masks.
Here is Chris Ahern, Food Lion Corporate Communications Manager.
On December 20th, 1996, a federal jury found ABC guilty of fraud and other violations of law in its 1992 story on 3 Food Lion stores. We're gratified by that verdict and appreciate the hard work of the jurors and the court in this complex case. The network and its correspondents have been trying to turn this into a case about hidden cameras or journalistic freedom. It is not. It is about ABC breaking the law. The Primetime Live show about Food Lion was not true, and it wasn't good journalism. We know this because Food Lion has the 45 hours of hidden camera footage ABC shot in our stores. This footage shows that Primetime Live staged scenes, violated our store policies, and then deceptively edited the tapes. And yet, even with all that, ABC did not find one single instance of the outrageous and unsubstantiated claims made on the program by a few former employees. Those sources were provided to the show by a union that has stated its intent to economically damage Food Lion. If Primetime Live truly believed its report was vital to public health and safety, why did it wait 6 months until the television ratings period to air its program? ABC has made an issue of the fact that we didn't sue for libel. After the network hid evidence from Food Lion for more than 2 years, we did seek to show the falsity of the broadcast in court, but ABC fought us and blocked our libel claim. We appreciate your listening to our side. We take our responsibilities to the consumer very seriously. Our 72,000 employees work hard every day to provide high-quality products and services. We would like to thank our employees, our shareholders, and our 9 million weekly customers for their continued support. Thank you.
Hello, I'm David Weston, President of the ABC Television Network. All of us at ABC understand our